Hello, my lovely Taurus people. Nice to meet you. I'm Patricia. For those of you who never heard of me before, I have been on YouTube for a while now. I have this channel called O Despertar da Lilith, which is Portuguese for the awakening of Lilith. And I am originally from Brazil. That's why I have an accent. And I am going to apologize ahead of time if it makes it a little harder for you to understand me. But I'll do my best. That's all I can promise, okay? I have already shuffled all the cards ahead of time to cut down on time because of this introduction. But I already want to say to you guys that I took this card, which will be the main action that you guys have to concentrate on November, okay? So you will need to be motivated this month of November. Um, Before I forget, this reading will be for people who have their sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Taurus, okay? So the message over here is remember why you're doing it, okay? Set yourself reminders to ensure you remember why you're doing things, why you want to succeed, and how far you've come already. Journal or meditate on how great it will feel to accomplish your goals. Stick with it until you feel excited and energized for it. Follow inspiring role models, okay? So look up around you, things that already make you feel proud of what you've accomplished. For some people things come harder than others, and sometimes it is hard for us to feel motivated, right? So don't be discouraged. Concentrate on what you already have accomplished. Look ahead, don't look back, okay? Keep going. That's the main message for you guys in November. I have two oracles here. One is for the wild animals, and the other one is the archangels, okay? But I have also three decks. One of the decks, the first one will be about your love life. The second one will be family life. And the third one will be work and finances, okay? So I already pre-shuffled. I'm just going to cut them really quick, and then we'll take three cards for each little deck. And then we'll start the reading, okay? By the way, this reading will be available in Portuguese as well on my channel. I have created a playlist, so all the readings that I do in separate languages will be separated also by their own sign, but depending on the language, okay? So Taurus will have two playlists. One will be called Touro, which is Taurus in Portuguese, and the other one will be Taurus in English, okay? All right, one more shuffle and then we'll cut. What is in store for the love life of Taurus people with their sun, moon, and rising in the sign of Taurus for the month of November? Sorry, it's hard for me to concentrate sometimes and to relax when I'm speaking a language that is not mine, okay? Ooh, a little heavy. I'm going to start interpreting the cards already for you guys. So the month of November would be a heavy month for you, okay? You started with the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles upside down. So this is the card that should be, like this. It's a very good card, but it came upside down. So this is, earth element. Um, Aces mean beginnings or restarting something new. But since we are talking about love, this could mean, that what you're expecting to have fruition. Let's say you wanted to start a new relationship in November, or you wanted to reconnect with somebody that you had a serious relationship, let's say, in the past, because we're talking about long-term issues here, right? Because it is Earth, so it's long-term, things that take a while to develop. So if you wanted to reconnect with somebody that you already had a serious relationship in the past, this is not going to happen. I'm sorry to say this, okay? If you wanted to begin a serious relationship with somebody in the month of November, that is also not going to happen. And also, the thing here is you might be too focused on the physical part of the relationship, meaning sex, okay? And maybe you're not concentrating on the long-term goals like marriage and, going slowly to get things, more serious and stable also. So either way, even if stability is not going to be very possible this month in a love relationship, because whenever we have the earth element upside down, it brings instability, and it is sad, but at the same time, it is what it is. It could be because it is the month of Scorpio, and Scorpio also has to do with death and rebirth, right? So a lot of things could begin, but a lot of things could end. And especially because starting October 31st and then until November 20th, we'll have Mercury retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. I believe Venus is also in Scorpio, and we will also have a full moon, or no, a new moon in Scorpio on October 27th. So, things, when there's a lot of intensity like that with the sign of Scorpio, there is also sometimes people come back into our life so that we can end it finally, right? With Mercury retrograde, we keep thinking about past love relationships that we had a very sexual connection with somebody, or the relationship was toxic in many ways also, right? There was a lot of fighting and then revenge. But this month of November is not going to be good for love for many people, okay? Because Mercury is retrograde, so your intellect will be, drawn for the inwards, like for you to think deeply about things, about your life in general. So you might actually even feel a little depressed and angry, or wanting to get revenge on somebody from the past. And that person also might come back into your life, might try to contact you, and then you might have a big fight. And so, that if it is somebody from the past trying to come back to you, and you are already in a relationship with somebody, or you're beginning a relationship with somebody, let's say this is the new person that you started a relationship, and then this old person look you up, right? They try to communicate with you, and then you try and have a conversation with this person from the past. That connection with the person from the past can affect negatively, right? The current relationship. So it can bring instability for whatever, good thing you have going on right now. But also, it just means that the person might come back because things were not completely ended, and then now it's your chance to put an end to it finally. Okay. So also with, Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, we need to be very practical. Capricorn is an earth sign, just like Taurus. So it's all about being practical, making things happen in life, especially your long-term goals. So if you are not trying to do a deep cleanup in your life, internally and externally, you will struggle longer in general, okay, in all aspects of your life. So planetarily speaking, everybody is going through the same influences right now. Everybody's being forced to reorganize their lives, get even their finances also in check, and making sure that they get rid of things and people who no longer serve them in any way in long term. Okay, so if you are in a relationship that is not really bringing anything for the long term, to fruition, maybe it is time for you to consider also putting an end to that relationship. And the same thing goes for anything else. Although I'm still speaking about the love life, I'm talking generally, okay? Because of these planetary positions, the tendency is to look up, even let's say you are in a job for a long time and you want more stability, you want more growth, and you're not getting it. So maybe it's time to consider also putting an end to that job and looking forward to a new job where you can have more opportunities, okay? But love wise, things don't look very good, okay? Because this card came like this. We also had the Seven of Wands and the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins is always a card of the lack of, so lack of love, lack of stability. Why am I talking about stability? Because we are still talking about the coins, right? The pentacles, the earth signs, the stability. And even here we have Mercury in Taurus. So Mercury is the intellect, right? The planet that rules the way you think and see things, and even the way you communicate. And Taurus is all about material things. Things that it can be touched and fulfill you, especially in long term, because it is an earth sign, so it needs a lot of security. It needs to feel secure and safe, and also materially speaking, like it needs to know there will be no lack of money, no lack of anything, related to a relationship in general. So let's say for Taurus, it would be ideal to always concentrate on getting involved with somebody that on long term they could build a life together, marriage and kids and house, all that stuff, right? And unfortunately for some of you, this card indicates the lack of. Okay, the card coming this way means you need to stop thinking that you don't deserve love, that you don't deserve, or maybe that you're not lucky in love. And the funny thing is, this card also came out for Scorpio, which is the opposite sign of you guys. And I did the Scorpio reading yesterday, so you can check it. It's already saved in the playlist. But they got the same card in the same position, for love life too. So some of you might have been involved with Scorpio people in the past, and that's why I see the same card for both of you in the same area of your life. But you need to change that mindset. You might be afraid that you're not lucky in love. You might be afraid that maybe you're not one of those people who will one day have a marriage and kids and whatever is uh, what means security to you in love. But you need to stop doing that. Okay, and you need to also check your pride and other people's pride too, because it means that sometimes, like, this is the seven of wands, right? We have Mars in Leo. Mars is the energy of Aries, because it's the ruler of Aries, but it is also the co-ruler of Scorpio. So it could also be talking about somebody who is a Scorpio. And when we talk about Leo, we're always talking about pride, ego, self-centeredness, egotistical feelings, somebody who also, we are talking about honor as well. And over here we have one person defending himself against many others. The rods, many ways, or the ones, they could mean spoken words. So maybe people attacking you, or you're feeling attacked by the words of other people, and because of your pride you feel the need to defend yourself, to stand your ground. And so the message here is for you to check your ego, to check the way that sometimes you could be a little too confrontational in your love life, and that could also cause hardship. So let's say you have a good relationship with somebody, and maybe because of that behavior, maybe you're a little selfish, or the person is a little selfish. You talk and you fight a lot with each other, and it's a stupid fight sometimes, because it's all about the ego, about feeling the need to defend oneself when there is no attack. But it could mean that you're also trying to defend yourself from somebody who is very self-centered, who does have a big ego, who does think they know best about everything. And another thing that I want to warn you is that this card also could mean you having to defend yourself against people who are gossiping about you, okay, and your love life. And that card also came out for Scorpio. So like I said, there is a very strong indication here that some of you might have had a past relationship with somebody who was a Scorpio, and maybe even that person might be making gossip about you, talking crap about you to friends and family, and saying all horrible things, trying to hurt you, because one of the things that is natural to Scorpio is the revenge feelings. They are very vengeful. So if they lose something that they want, or they somehow they get angry at you, they will make sure that they will get that revenge somehow. They will want to make you suffer, because that's one of the characteristics of Scorpio people. When they are angry, they want to give back their poison. And so they could be also doing a lot of gossip about you, and because they're angry at you, they're not together anymore with you. And like I said, the same card came out for Scorpio, and there will be gossip also for them. So there is a really strong indication here that some of you were involved with Scorpio people, and it could mean that both of you could be involved in gossips, either from friends and family, or from one making a gossip about the other because you're not together anymore. Either way, okay, overall, my message to you guys is like, try to not be involved in gossip. Try to not give in to the pride and the ego feeling of trying to defend yourself. These people are not worthy of your stress. Okay, you want and deserve stability in your life, and you want and deserve somebody who respect you and care about you. So do not give in to that negative quicksand kind of feeling where you're being dragged into this hole, which is all negative, right? Of gossiping because somebody wasn't good for you or you are not good for them. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Just leave the past in the past and try to avoid being in this black hole of negativity that could be coming from somebody who is also a Scorpio, or the person could not be even a Scorpio. There is a possibility, right? Because this is a general reading, but the point is this month is all about Scorpio. So there is a lot of Scorpio energy this month, and there is a lot of feelings of revenge and dark feelings towards each other, even black magic. I'm telling you, some people gotta be careful. Okay, so try to elevate your light, okay, your inner light, your protection light. Do your prayers to protect yourself, because if you did get involved with the Scorpio and they are pissed at you, they will send you really negative energy, and you could be affected. So do not give in. Okay, you are better than this. That's all I'm going to say about your love life this month. Let's go for family. What's going to happen in the family? I already shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle one more time. This month so far has been very heavy. I don't know if it's because I started the readings with Scorpio and its opposite sign, which is Taurus, and I see a strong connection with each other. But hopefully it will get better for some people, but I doubt it, because Scorpio month is a very dark month. It is the energy of Scorpio. It's so dark and intense, and there could be a lot of negative feelings too. So just be aware of these things, and like I said, do a lot of prayer to protect yourself and your loved ones, because if you give in to this energy, bad things can happen, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. Okay, family. Okay. Okay, so we started with the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. Okay, the Queen of Cups could represent Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Um, these are just signs that are related to the element of water. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you will be dealing with somebody like that. You could, but like I said, it doesn't automatically mean, oh, we're talking about somebody from one of those signs. Okay, so it's just the personality that is described here. So when we're talking about the Queen of Water, we usually talk about somebody who is loving, caring, sensitive, right? Somebody who is also spiritually connected, somebody who has creativity, and but this queen, when she is upside down, it talks about codependency. Okay, somebody in the family has been acting a little codependent. It could be a man or a woman. It could be just somebody who is really codependent, who could also be emotionally a blackmailer, somebody who manipulates people by crying, to get what they want. They could act like a victim a lot of times to just get their way. So you could be acting this way in your family, or you could be dealing with somebody like that within your family. Okay, and that person could try and manipulate you by playing the victim card with you. And some people also, they take care of you, all loving, and but it's to manipulate and control you. And it's so funny because I follow this astrologer who is also a tarot card reader on YouTube, and she's a Cancer, so she also can be represented by the Queen of Cups. And she said about the Cancer sign that Cancer people, they nurture to control, meaning they care, they take good care of you like a mother, let's say, but to control you, and then so they can play the victim card later on and get their way by acting, poor me, I took good care of you, and look what you're doing, you're making me suffer, and blah blah blah. So these are blackmailing tactics that you guys need to be aware of. And of course there also could be the possibility of somebody who is constantly like moody. One time they are good, they're happy, other time they're angry, other time they're sad. So if this represents you, okay, you need to take care of your emotions so you don't behave like this around people in your family. Or you just also be gotta be careful so that people don't act like this and manipulate you inside of the family. Okay. um this card also, I'm going to turn just so you can see what it is. So this is the page of fire, or the page of wands. The page of fire, it is the element of fire, so it's the energy of creation, outgoing, assertiveness, somebody who is proud of themselves. But the pages, they're the youngest, or the most inexperienced energy of the tarot. So it could mean dealing with young people, or feeling that youthful, full of energy, like a young child, or a young kid who is like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But pages also could mean messages that you can receive. Okay. um when the page of wands come like this upside down, it just warns you for to be aware of the pessimistic feelings, the negativity around you in the family. So it could be a very heavy month also in the family. Like, you could be feeling a little down, like the energy inside of the house could be a little heavy, where you're getting bad news instead of good news. Or it could also be tied to the gossip from the love life. So like I said, like when family and friends get involved in gossip about relationships, it's a whole nightmare. It's like another level of nightmare, because now your family is also involved. And it's like pressure from everywhere, right? So where you go, even your house is not a safe temple anymore, because you go in the streets and family and friend and your friends are also talking crap about you and your past relationship or your current relationship. And then you go home thinking that you're going to rest, and then family members come and is talking about the same thing. So it is a nightmare. So the energy might be a little heavy in your house hold as well. And you need to just turn a deaf ears for those things, because it's gonna be really heavy. And the one warning that we have here is that the two of wands is here, right? The number two is always a choice, and a choice of action, what to take, where are you going to go from here, because it might be so overwhelming, the negativity and inside of the house, and the fight about this gossip or this past relationship, that you might be thinking about getting out of the house or moving to somewhere else. You are finally realizing that you need to take an action. You cannot just accept things as they are inside of the family life. And you might also think about getting a contract, because here we're talking about new partnerships or contracts, continue to move forward. So you literally could be fighting about a new relationship, let's say, with your family. Or you could fight with your family about a new job that you're thinking about getting, or a new house that you're thinking about getting. Instead of living at home, you might decide, what, I want to get my own place. you know uh, so it's like you might be thinking about what you need to do because of this heavy energy in your family life. Okay, so just be aware of it, be prepared. The two of wands is a good card because it also came in an upwards position. So I feel like whatever decision you're going to make, it needs to be focused on the positive, and also things that will take, on a decision that will take you further in life. Because sometimes you need to be a little more independent, because this card is also saying you've come into your own, meaning you are now more independent and more decisive. You can take your decisions, make decisions, and you can take new paths to solve issues in your life, so you can have a better life. So be proud of your choice, make it consciously, and think before you act, of course, because you will have a lot of anger here. Okay, all the cards coming from the family area, they are all about emotions. It's water and fire. So there will be sadness, there will be anger, there will be impulsivity, and so avoid fights if you can. Try to find your peace, even if it's outside of the house. Okay, so you can keep the peace within the family. But I am telling you, you will have to make a decision, an important decision this month regarding your family. Whatever it may be for some of you, make sure you make a good decision, okay? Tendencies, are that you will make a good decision because the card did come upright. So let's talk about money and work right now, okay? Finances in general. What's in store for the people with sun, moon, and rising Taurus for the month of November in relation to their work and finances? Sorry, guys. My English is not very good today. I'm feeling a little tired, and it is exhausting for the brain when you're already tired, to talk in both languages. And so, but I promise you, I'm much better in Portuguese than I am in English, okay? Oh, man. You got very powerful cards in the finances and work area, but they all came in a negative position. So let me put them in the order that they came. They all came upside down, but I'm going to turn them upright just so you guys can see the images. So we have the King of Swords, the Sun, and the Empress, okay? So King of Swords, is related to the air element. It's all about decisions. It's all about communication. It's all about being fair. Um, Over here, I think this is you, the King of Swords. And it doesn't matter if you are a female or a male. You will have to be very decided about what you want at work. Like I said, there is a possibility that some of you might leave work, okay, or decide, make a strong decision, a big decision when it comes to your work and finances. And that means cutting something out of your life in order to open ways for new things. Because over here, we don't see you happy. You're not happy. The Empress is all about abundance, okay? It's rude. We have the symbol of Venus here, right? And you guys are ruled by Venus. So if you are not getting the abundance, the financial abundance that you deserve and want so much, then you definitely need to do something to create abundance in your life. And you are really not happy because the sun is upside down. So you're not having fun with whatever you're doing in your life. If you have a job, this job is not fulfilling you anymore. Okay. It's not giving you, because the sun also is related to procreation, even giving birth or making babies and stuff. You are not having fun. You're not creating anything in your life. You're not giving birth to your dreams and your desires when it comes to money and work. So you're really feeling unfulfilled in the job that you are, or in the situation that you are financially. Something has to give. You know what I mean? You have to let go of some things, cutting some things, maybe move on. Maybe this Two of Wands here also is related to your job, you know meaning you have to make a decision that your family might fight with you about, because your family might say, why are you going to leave a job that you already have for something you don't know yet if you're going to be successful in? But you have to take that stand. See, you have to take that stand and say, no, because I'm not happy in this job. I'm not growing. I'm not creating what I want. My dreams are not being created in this job. This job is actually killing my sun, meaning it's taking the light away from me. You're not using your creativity. You're not shining, because this is the card related to the sun, to the sign of Leo. So Leos are extremely creative. They are artistic. They are intelligent. They are fiery. Like they have the passion, and they make things be born out of nothing, like an artist, right? And a lot of times in our lives, we have to make decisions that requires for us to be creative and have passion and courage as well. Courage is also related to Leo. And over here, you will need to have courage to make a decision that others might disagree with you. So unfortunately, you might have to decide to get out of this relationship, or maybe make some cuts in some costs that you have, so that you can have some money enough to take a class that will take you to the job that you dream of. over here you really need to think about your future financially and professionally, because where you are, I don't see anything good coming out of it. So the job that you are, unfortunately, is not allowing you to expand, to grow, to have abundance, you know and you really need to be careful also, okay? When the King of Swords comes in the upside down position, you have to be careful with somebody who is actually very, very cruel, incompetent, and they do illegal actions, because King of Swords, they're also related to lawyers, to the law in general. So you got to be careful not to do anything illegal, or something that might make you look like you're doing something illegal at work, because you could get in trouble for that. But most of all, I think the energy is coming from somebody else, that somebody could be doing something illegal at your work, and it could come to you. That energy could come to you as to make you look like you were the one being part of it, or you did it. So you could have trouble because of those people. So if you're involved with somebody at work that is from the element of air, meaning Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, be careful. These people are extremely intelligent. They are very good with their words. And so they can convince people to do things, and they can lie very good too. And, of course, they have their good side as well. But over here, they are being represented by the bad side. And so the bad side is, be careful, because they can be cruel, cold hearted, because we're talking about the element of air. So there's a lot of coldness to it, like ice. And they could be very Machiavellic. They can be strategic at work, and not care who they're going to hurt, by doing what they're doing, which is illegal. So it's like somebody might steal at work and blame it on you. You know what I mean? Or you could do it to somebody else, because whenever we're talking about the court cards, I always see it as either talking about you, or about somebody whom you're really close to, at work. So maybe you have a friend who you are friends with, but they are not really a friend. So be aware of it, okay? And you really should be trying to go for more abundance in your life, because you do deserve it. And Tauruses, they were born to be in love, and to be in abundance of the material things in life as well, because that's what Venus is all about. But over here, we are not seeing you getting that. And the Sun is all about you going after your dreams, courageous, full of passion, creating your dream life. And you're not doing that. It's like you are doing something to make money that is not what you love to do, and that's why you're not being more successful. So you will have to make the decision to cut it. Okay. um let's talk about these two oracles, so then we can finish the reading. Okay. So for the oh, this is great. For Wow, this is, I think, is this the same? No. Okay, so sorry. I was thinking that this might have come out also for Scorpio, but it didn't. So okay, so you guys got the dragonfly. Okay, it represents magic. So there is an affirmation that you guys have to say to yourself, especially in front of the mirror in the mornings, to try and bring more abundance, and to create that power within you to manifest, to create things like the sun. Okay, so it says here, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. And I feel like that's exactly what you guys need. You know why? Because there's so much negativity coming from a previous relationship here, that is not good. Okay, it's really, really negative. You guys need to let it go. Past in the past. This is the month of Scorpio, which talks about death and rebirth. And this is talking about transformation. Scorpio is associated with transformation. So use this month to transform yourself, to get rid of the things and the people that are holding you back. You were born to shine. You were born to have abundance. Okay, you deserve that. You are lucky in love. People who are ruled by Venus are lucky in love. So if you had somebody who did not treat you well in love, it does not mean that you are not worthy of love. It does not mean that you are not lucky in love. It just means that some asshole took advantage of you, but they will get what's theirs. Karma exists. So you need to remember your magic that you have inside of you. And you are an earth sign, so you need to be in touch with nature. Okay? Nature brings peace to you. And so also, even your abundance financially and peace in the rest of your like family and work also could be affected because of your emotional side that is so negatively impacted here, right? So one thing is connected with the other. Venus is about love and money, abundance. Love and money, abundance are both negative because all the cards came upside down. So therefore you really need to turn this around by letting go of your past. Your past people and things are holding you back. So you have to make a conscious choice to say, I no longer want this in my life. This is gone. Okay? So you can transform yourself. You are lucky that Uranus is in Taurus, in the first house, giving you the power to transform yourself, change who you are, even the way you look. So you can have a different outlook in life and different behavior. So take advantage of it. The universe is trying to help you, Taurus people. Take advantage of it. Okay? Stop being waiting. Because that's what you do most of the time. You just wait for things to happen. Now is not the time to wait for things to happen. Time to make a choice and act. Be courageous. You are brilliant. You are blessed. And guess what? All is well. Archangel Jeremiah says everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. So when people are taken out of your life or they remove themselves from your life for some reason, or you lose a job or you leave the house, yes, it could seem like, a bunch of horrible things happening all at once, like it's a karma punishment, but it could actually be a blessing in disguise. That's what you need to concentrate on here. Okay? Things are taken away from your life and people too, because it needs to create space for new things, new people to come in. Are you going to allow those blessings to come into your life? That should be your main goal. And you should be motivated, okay? Because there are new things coming in your life. So this month is the month of cleaning up internally and externally. So do it. And then you will see great results for the month of December on, especially in the career sector, because Jupiter is going to go into Capricorn. Capricorn is all about career, money, finances, organization, creating a stable future. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of good luck. So a lot of good things will happen beginning December, but you need to do the cleaning up, the deep cleaning this month of November. And be careful with your emotions because, yes, the tendency will be everything will be felt very deeply and very intense. But you can do it. You are a nurse sign. You are resistant. You are resilient. You can do it. Okay, my loves? That's it. I'm going to stay, you know, as it is. If you like this video, please do make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave your comment as well. I love to hear people's stories. I read them all. I don't always reply, but I do read them all whenever I get a chance, okay? And I would also appreciate if you could share this video to whomever you think needs to hear this message, okay, my loves? I love you. I wish you all the best. I think you guys need to understand that you deserve more than what you have right now. And all you have to do is get your lazy asses up and go get it. Okay, my love? Ciao. Take care. Until the next video.